There's already been speculation for years now that Pope Francis might die and we might have another conclave, another election of another pope very soon. But that's gone back and forth, and the Pope, with one lung and well into his 80s, is still alive and well, or so it seems. In fact, the Vatican will constantly say, oh, he's fine, he's fine, he's fine, of any pope until they're just about dead. So the real story is hard to determine. So I asked Michael Haynes, LifeSite's Rome correspondent, who is there all day, every day, and in touch with the Pope more than most, to give us his take. Michael Haynes, welcome to the program.
Hello, John Henry. Good to be with you.
Thanks for being with us, Michael. So let me ask you this. You're around the Pope all the time. You are seeing him regularly at audiences. You're attending them. You've tweeted out a number of times about a bruise, about his arm in a sling, all sorts of things. What have you seen in the past, let's say this winter, about the Pope's health, and that could indicate that, we are seeing a decline and the rumors of a likely conclave or papal election for this very year have some more weight than we thought?
Yes, indeed. So, of course, we are quite accustomed to seeing Pope Francis rely on things like his walking cane or the use of a wheelchair in order to get around. He has suffered with increased mobility issues in recent years, particularly from playing of issues with his knees. But those health ailments have been quite noticeable over this winter period. In the days immediately preceding the December the 7th consistory for the creation of cardinals, the Holy Father had what must have been quite a heavy fall. He appeared at the consistory with a very large bruise on the right side of his face, just on his chin here. Now, the Holy See press office explained that the Pope had had what they called a minor fall, and he'd hit his chin on his bedside table. But I think, as you can see from the images that were taken during the course of that event, the impact that the Pope must have had appears to be quite a considerable one. Now, over Christmas and over the New Year period, the Pope did complain of a cold, of some chest complaints. He's had historical chest complaints and a weakness with his lungs, so he's always been quite susceptible to things like winter colds. But having noted that, he moved one of his weekly Angeluses in aside, and he asked some of his aides to read some of his lengthy addresses for him. This took place on a few occasions, but one of the notable times was during the New Year's greetings to all the diplomats who are accredited to the Holy See. It's called the State of the World address given by the Pope. At that event, Pope Francis gave a very short greeting. I then read the rest of his quite lengthy text. Now, the Pope has actually had another fall in the last few days. On January the 16th, the press office again announced that Pope Francis had a fall, and it resulted in him wearing a sling on his right arm. They described this as a precautionary measure. They said there had been no fracture. And indeed, in the next couple of days, the Pope did appear without his sling again. So it seems that the precautionary measure was indeed just that. But there has been a noticeable decline in Pope's mobility, particularly in these recent days. At the ecumenical vespers he presided over at St. Paul's outside walls on January the 25th, this was especially notable. The Pope arrived in his wheelchair, as is very customary, but apart from the transfer between his wheelchair and the papal throne or the papal Sibilia, he did not stand up at all during the ceremony. In fact, he remained seated even when he was giving the blessing at the end. So that's quite notable. And his demeanor throughout that event and through the course of another event earlier in the day really seemed to suggest the Pope was in some discomfort with his knee, perhaps, or more generally, perhaps suffering from some unspecified health issues. Now, of course, the Pope has, in recent years, been taken to hospital for some quite intensive surgeries. There is always a lot of secrecy surrounding the state of the health of any pontiff. And the OEC press office has come under a lot of scrutiny for how they've handled issues relating to the Pope's health, the information they give out. And that has been true for Pope Francis's own admissions to the hospital, in recent years. I'm thinking particularly of spring and summer in 2023. That the Holy See press office has been keen, it seems, to downplay any speculation about the Pope's health with regards to his recent falls. They describe them as a minor, but it is certainly undeniable that Pope Francis's health is continuing to decline. He keeps a very rigorous schedule. His appointments and his public calendar certainly are often quite busy. The last weekend, when he was already having quite a few little events with the ecumenical vespers, with meeting journalists who were attending large events of the Jubilee, that was a very busy schedule already. But then he also had quite a busy Saturday with a number of audiences. So the Pope's health will always be under increased scrutiny from journalists at the Vatican, from Catholics around the world, and there's always a peculiar style, a peculiar relationship between those keen to actually know the truth of what's going on and those around the Pope in the papal household, perhaps, or in the Holy See press office, who are equally keen to pour water on any fires of speculation.
Michael, thank you so very much for that comprehensive report.
Thank you very much, John Henry. Good to be with you. Yeah.
So it does seem that from those closest to the Pope, his health is in decline, and we might very well see a papal conclave in this year of 2025. He is 88 years old. He's on one lung, and he's been going very hard out for a long time already. We're at 13 years. And so what we need to do is we need to pray. We need to pray for the conversion of Pope Francis. Because I tell you, as our Lord did, it would be better for the teachers of the faith, the leaders, the apostles, that they have a millstone tied about their necks and they be cast into the sea than confuse the little ones. And I can't think of anyone on earth who's confused the little ones more than Pope Francis. So please, please join me in praying for his conversion. For LifeSite News, this is John Henry Weston. May God bless you.
Aloha everyone, this is Jason Jones for LifeSite News. We hope you enjoyed this video. For more content like this, check the link in the description. You can also connect with us on social media to stay up to date with the latest news on life, faith, family, and freedom. Thanks for watching, and may God bless you.